While we learn about the opposition on the pitch, Wiser learns how to heat my home.
Sam, Rob's talked about it today and he talked about it last week. Every game's almost become must-win now, and how do you as players see it?
Yeah, that is the nature of it now. And we put ourselves in that position, so the way we train today, it's every single thing matters. Every action you have matters, and it always does. But now if we get it wrong, we will be out of the Premiership. So that's the truth of the matter, really, isn't it? So, but that's the feeling we've got on campus. Effectively, a knockout game. That being said, I do believe that brings out the best in us. We should play at levels like that every weekend, but for whatever reason we haven't this season, for the last 18 months in truth. But I've got full belief that we're going to show the fans this weekend, what it means to play for them and for this club.
There's been a frustration, it seems, amongst the whole group, isn't it, that you know what you're capable of, but you're not quite hitting it, and you can't really put your finger on it. I know selection, international call-ups, injuries, they all play their part.
Yeah, we've had challenges this season, no doubt, like every side does, and that's always the case every season. But I think after doing the double, you gain a sense of real confidence and belief in what you do. And we had that, and we started that really well. But then there's a level of overconfidence that potentially could come into that. Like, I'm not a psychologist, I don't know. Sport's hard. You've got teams trying to beat you every week. We've got quality size in the Premiership. The salary cap's been cut. It's more fair and it's more even. These are all factors that come into it. But I think we're frustrated because we genuinely believe and know what we have the potential to achieve, and I think we've probably just drifted off that last year. But now we have no choice, and I'd like to think that this weekend you'll see a classic Chiefs performance against what will be a real tough class side.
I was going to say, the wounded animal almost, aren't you? You're probably your most aggressive, aren't you? And you're fighting for your life.
Yeah, you shouldn't be that way around, but it's just the nature of it, isn't it? It's just the way it is, and we have no choice now. And what's happened has happened, and we've got to come through it stronger and show our supporters, what it means, really.
You've been here long enough. Bath at home, derby games, they're always something special, aren't they?
Yeah, it's always a great game. I've actually got friends, who live around the corner from me that are Bath fans. So I always try and enjoy it when we get the result on them. When we first came into the Prem, we struggled to beat them. I think they're the first team we couldn't beat, and then we've had recent form against them. So always challenging game against these guys, and they're coming into some really good form now, and they've got top world-class players. So attritional, tough game this weekend, I think.
I was going to say, don't read nothing into the form, the actual where they are in the league. The form guide says they're playing quite well at the moment.
Yeah, 100%. That's it. So it's a hell of a challenge we've got.
Just going back to this week, and that it's always tough to pick up after a defeat. But what's the kind of message that Rob and the coaches have said to you?
Well, it's kind of come from that. Like we know what it takes to win Premiership games of rugby, but we've gone away from it a little bit, and our focus has to be on it's on the things that maybe fans don't see. Breakdown, set piece, the real basics that we've got to. I mean, that's so cliche to say, but it is doing simple, not necessarily flashy stuff, really, really accurate. So we don't get charged down on a box kick, or we don't just cough up the ball in a breakdown and we look after it. And then all the exciting stuff, all the flats tries, Hoggy scoring, all that comes on top of it, and hopefully, the fans and everyone can see that special, exciting play this weekend, and we can just, because we've laid, the foundations have been real solid.
You talk about that DNA. That's been the DNA, the hard work of Exeter Chiefs for years, and that's what's got you the success, isn't it? Yeah,
we've always had hard work, and we're still working really hard. But there's so much effort from the lads each weekend. It's just sort of with your mind being real focused on making sure you're absolutely 100% doing your job perfectly, and that's the challenge. And making sure we're kind of playing connecting as a team, and I genuinely believe we have no choice now, but I genuinely believe we can do that now.
You've got 4 potential cup finals in terms of the league. You've got Europe on the horizon. I know we won't even think about Munster till next week, but it does loom on the horizon. That equally in itself is a huge occasion coming up.
100%. We've definitely got 6 games left this season, and each one's a knockout game. So that's nothing. It's going to fly by. So really exciting time for the club, but only if we make it exciting,